Sushil, first question really is, as we've been interacting with hundreds and thousands of students in the last, 6 months of lockdown, and a number of students, majority of students have questions around, should we start online? Is it valuable to really start online, or is it worth waiting for on campus? So really, you know, what's your perception about studying online in context of the current situation? Do you really think it's a good idea for students to commence online, or due to the uncertainties, it's better that students actually wait for more clarity and arrive on campus to commence your studies?
So, Shrikant, thank you for this question, and it's something that I've been really working very aggressively on and thinking on and communicating with students and parents on from April. We are in October, and this has happened in April. What's happened is we don't know the scope of this pandemic. We don't know when it started. We don't know when it's going to end. With no end in sight, the only thing I could say or feel that students should do is do not stop your life. Don't pause your life. You can do a little bit, but don't, get out. So we were faced with this challenge as far back in April when some students had to go to study at another destination in May, courses that were starting in May. At that time, very few students were open to even listening. And we as a company, we conducted a workshop online, obviously, and started explaining the pros and cons. We further developed on that thought process and continued. So I'm very, very much pro online as a stopgap. Start online, finish offline. That's the motto in our company. Students should keep their life not on a pause, keep moving. Everything cannot be done in the best possible manner, but tools are improving, efforts are being made, curriculum is being upgraded. There's a lot of value addition, and that is better than what online traditionally was. We also have a new online. It's not fair to judge it on the parameters of where the old online was. So I've very aggressively been telling students start. But sorry to go on a little longer, but in view of certain markets, and I have felt that people need to be able to see the finish line. The question next is, how long do I have to go online? What happens next? What is the rule when it comes to, how much is accepted, how much is not allowed for post-study work, for permanent residency, for the curriculum, for the particular subject? That's where there's a lot of gray areas, and that's where students keep fumbling. If there was some clarity, there is some more acceptance, because people know even if they sit at home, they can't do anything else. They're only doing online.
Question for you, Sushil, over here is, how long? Like today, if you look at the Australian government announcements, these are more around, maybe 2021 end is when they're planning to open the borders. And all right, there have been, pilot projects, but these are very little numbers. We're talking about 200 and 300 students going to Australia. But given that there is perhaps 12 months or, maybe 6 to 12 months still for the borders to open. Sushil, how long do you think students should, look at as setting a deadline, for instance?
Okay. So I'll take off a little bit from where Tiago ended, whereby in the future he's only going to study online. And my answer to that is that's because you've had the benefits of offline. You did 3 programs where you got the juice out of being in a classroom, meeting students, being on campus, and getting those advantages face to face. So online at a later stage, as a finishing stage, as a completion stage, as a skill stage, is good, but there's no taking away from the benefits of a face to face education. And I actually very often give this example that, in the year 600 BC, before Christ, face to face learning was started under a tree by the Gurukul system in India. And today we are here, and we yet believe that there's a lot of value in face to face education. Throughout, technology has come in and changed the way we learn. That changed with paper, it changed with printing, it changed with multimedia, and now changed with the internet. Multiple things, but they always will need to coexist. Yes, the new world has a new learning system. Everybody has to learn online, and it's a part of it, but it doesn't replace. So that gets me closer to this question of yours, Shrikant, is how long will a student wait? Now, when they're paying the big bucks, like Tiago again mentioned, that the fees are high, they want a trade off. You cannot tell me that this is the same thing. So give me a scholarship, give me a discount, give me something. That's what students want. And the how long depends on how long the program is too. But most people, if you tell them that the next 12 months is online, they will not. They will not start. They will move to an alternate. They have rather not will. They have moved to an alternate destination. They have moved to an alternate program, maybe back home. They may even take a job. You can't tell a person who was about to start something that for the next 1 year you take this alternate option, which I promise you is better and is good, but it's not the real thing. So other markets that's have opened up. So we've got the US allowing students to fly in, we've got the UK allowing students to fly in. They have higher, larger populations to deal with. Maybe they have better infrastructure, but they are taking on the challenge. We've got Canada that is saying that okay, the next semester may also be online, but there's a parallel angle saying institutions are okay to receive students, campuses are being cleaned up, visas will be issued, people will be allowed to fly as long as they quarantine. People need to be able to see the finish line. They need to see action. And even though the deadline set by the Australian government, like, they will allow people to fly in first those who are in progress or courses in progress are already on land, and then those who are coming overseas. It's seeming too far away. It's not real. It's not the right thing that the government should do. And my whole career and life started with an education in Australia. I've thought that the government of Australia was the most proactive and the smartest. So I'm finding that they're a little concerned, over concerned, and they should be open to people traveling. It's not that difficult. I've been on a flight a week ago and I'm getting onto one tonight. Life's not so difficult when you're traveling across countries, and COVID is not that prevalent. So I think that students will not easily engage in a program if the finish line is not visible, and they do not know if that's again going to be extended. There's no guarantees. Everyone says when the COVID started, they said vaccine in September. We are here in October, they're saying vaccine in December. Whether the vaccine comes and is effective, we don't know. So you can't keep pushing the finish line away. You got to take some bold decisions and move on.
Thank you. Sushil?
Don't let the pandemic slow you down. Don't let it take away your dreams. Find ways to reach the finish line. That's it.
Awesome. Thank you.